Hey people, welcome. Yes, welcome to this year 2022-2023 teacher onboarding. That's right. Y'all are with me. Your girl, Miss LaShondra. You'll hear me say that a lot throughout the school year. Don't trip. Just my way of being hyped. Well, welcome to Balboa School. So excited to be able to share with you all in these next few moments as we go through this kind of different way of onboarding. Want to drop some nuggets off, share some information with you all ahead of our meeting time in August. So hopefully you sit back, grab you some snacks, and enjoy these next few moments together. Yes, I could have sent you just a slide deck. I could have sent you pages of information, but I wanted to be a little bit more interactive, and I wanted to make sure I connected with you all as early as possible. So again, grab some snacks. I'm gonna give you a minute. Grab some snacks, get some water, your favorite beverage, mute your TV or YouTube because we're about to go on this teacher onboarding 2022-2023 journey video style. All right, so I give you a moment. Get yourself together. If you need to, grab a pen, some notes. If not, all of the information will be here. And yeah, I'll be back in just a moment. Give you a minute. All right, good. You grabbed everything? Okay. On behalf of everyone here at Balboa School, to you, welcome. We would like to welcome you to the Bengals family, and our goal this school year in particular is to build a promising future for our students. And guess what? We cannot do it without you. So again, welcome. We're so excited that you're here. Sit back and enjoy the information that's going to make sure that we all start on the right track, on the same track, and that we are set up for success for this school year. Of course, we have to kick off this onboarding with some history nuggets and an overview of Balboa School. Balboa School was founded in 1991 and was located in Bankers Hill for over 18 years. You all will also hear me or the students give this same spiel in and throughout the school tours, but it's also helpful information for you as well. So just know a little background around Balboa School. So originally we were located closer to downtown San Diego, hence the name Balboa School, located right across from the park. And then about 2016, Balboa School relocated to Escondido, California. This is a huge nugget to know. Because Escondido is centrally located throughout the county, and we do have families that commute to us from as far south as Chula Vista, also as far north as Temecula, Marietta, Winchester area. So Escondido proves to be a very centrally located space for us. But then also Escondido is a community in the county that most reflects the diverse population that you'll see within our student body. And we're not going to talk about diversity too much today because we're going to talk about it in our official in-service the first week of school, but do know we do serve a very diverse student population, and Escondido is very reflective of those demographics as well. And so it's very strategic that we are located in Escondido, and if anyone ever asks you, or if you just ever wanted to know, those are our reasons: wanting to be centrally located for commuting purposes, and then also wanting to be reflective of a community that's synonymous to our diverse student population in which we serve. Accreditation: Balboa School is an accredited K-12 institution. We're accredited by WASP, which, of course, if you're familiar, is the Western Association of Schools and Colleges. And then also we're accredited through Cognia, which used to be Advanced Ed. We're also a member of the College Board, and the majority of our courses are approved by University of California's A through G system. And of course, if you have not heard, we have an award-winning, internationally renowned athletic program, which we will not talk about on today, but it is helpful to know that Balboa is NCAA certified, which allows for all of our student athletes to be eligible for athletic scholarships. The vision here at Balboa School is very bold but simple, and that's for every student to be challenged to kindle his or her unique spark, And for us to help these students chart a course for a meaningful future and build the knowledge and skills to achieve that future. Our mission is very simple, and you'll see it plastered throughout our walls. And it will also be a requirement for you all to remember this mission, because here is our why. The mission of Balboa School is to provide a diverse educational environment that promotes high academic standards, cultivates creativity, and builds on the skills necessary for college, career, and life. In short, what does that mean? We help. We do our due diligence in helping to prepare students for their what's next. So whatever they choose to do with their life, whether it's college track, whether it's career workforce track, whether it's military, whether it's life, whether it's civic, so entrepreneurship, no matter what students decide, our job, our commitment, our mission is rooted in helping students navigate and be prepared for their what's next. Pretty simple, right? Our values. You'll also get more information about our values during our in-service, but I wanted to go ahead and drop it here. And I'm really big on alliteration. It's the nerd / educator in me. But you'll see our 5 C's, and that's competence, community, creativity, culture, and character. And really, in short, these are very self-explanatory values, but we all want to make sure that we're bringing our best foot forward to Balboa each and every day. Competency is a huge part of the work and a huge part of making sure that we indeed stick to our commitment, stick to our mission, and show up as our best self every day. I believe in a communal environment. There'll be a lot of collaboration happening this school year. And so we are a small school, so there's no reason why we shouldn't have anything but a community-inspired environment. Creativity. We definitely encourage creativity at all levels, from our leadership to our teaching staff, to our students and our stakeholders. So we value creativity, we encourage creativity, and we expect creativity as well. Culture, of course, that goes along with that diversity piece, because we have such a diverse student and staff population. You'll see culture embedded in our activities. You'll see culture embedded in our teaching and learning. And you'll also see culture celebrated within our school year as well. And then last, of course, character, integrity, the person that you are, both in public and in private, and also being intentional around helping our students develop character and making sure that they are being developed as leaders, not just within the classroom, but on the court, and then also society as a whole. Again, we'll go more in depth in our values during our teacher in service, and you'll also receive some actually written out information to help you kind of be more engaged with what values look like at Balboa. Wanted to drop this snapshot for you all, just giving you again just some context, just a visual, a look at Balboa at a glance. We have over 50% students of color. Again, very diverse population. I think Balboa may be one of the most diverse private schools in the county. We have about 20 countries represented amongst students. Students come to Balboa from all across the world. We have students that have come from the Ukraine, from Poland, from parts of China, parts of Africa, Mali, the Ivory Coast, parts of Canada. So again, Balboa, we welcome in students that are domestic, which means in and around the United States. But then we also welcome and admit students internationally as well. We have a pretty high college acceptance rate. 95% of our students do get accepted into a 4-year college. And so again, that speaks to the teaching and learning. That speaks to the commitment from our Director of Student Support Services and Dr. Jones's office, who you'll meet if you haven't met already. And so again, it is our intention to see our students succeed post high school, right? And so it is our job to ensure students actually are able to navigate their what's next post high school. For a lot of our students, they do choose college. And thankfully, we're happy to report a large percentage of our students are indeed accepted to 4-year colleges. We do have small class sizes here at Balboa. Again, we're a small private school, which also means small class sizes. Historically, we serve students that fell on the spectrum, or students that were classified as special needs, or students with learning disabilities, etc. And one thing, even though we've shifted from that and we now serve students that fall under or are classified as general education students, one thing that we did learn and pull from that is the beauty and the magic when there are small class sizes, because you're able to provide individualized support. Curriculum is able to be more customizable, and we truly are able to meet students where they're at, focusing on their academic strengths, but also being able to develop their academic weaknesses as well. And so you'll be able to see, we see small class sizes throughout our school models, beginning as early as kindergarten and even on up to our 12th grade. And so that really creates a true intimate learning space, and that's something that's worth noting for you all as you begin this 2022-2023 school year, because classrooms are small. There's so much you're able to do because we're not spilling at the seams with students. What does instruction and curriculum look like? Here's the meat of today's presentation, I guess. We're almost done, actually. But here's the meat of everything that'll be happening, and pretty much what will fall into your and my hands this particular school year. So I want to take a moment and pause, because I did not do it at the beginning. I know y'all think like, wait a minute, she's rude. Who is she? But hey, I said my name, but let me formally introduce myself. I will be your instructional coach for this 2022-2023 school year. I wanted to drop just a really brief bio. I don't want to get all technical, but just some things about me. This year, matter of fact, when this school year ended, I celebrated 15 years officially in this space, this education industry that I believe is the profession that chose me. I did not choose it. I'm originally from the South. Shout out to Memphis, Tennessee, the 901, the Bluff City, home of the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, I know, y'all know. And I've worked primarily in urban school districts across the United States. I've been able to travel as far north as New York, as far east as DC, far south of Florida, now out here on these West Coast, in these West Coast streets. And so my specialty, as I've grown and developed as an educational leader, my specialty is rooted in design thinking and school transformation. I'm the mom of one beautiful daughter, rising 10th grader named Madison. And this August, believe it or not, August 1st actually will mark my 4th year living on the West Coast. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, but I'm still stuck to the good old West Coast. I'm a nerd by nature, and I love all things related to food, fun, and family. And just a simple fun fact about me, I still watch soap operas every day. My favorite two are Bold and the Beautiful and Young and the Restless. And don't worry, I want to know all about you all as well. So during our time together for in-service, you will be able to drop a fun fact, just some things about yourself, and also be able to construct, if not already, your own brief bio as a way for us to get to know one another better. So a classroom sneak peek. You'll also get more of this information during in-service as well. But I just wanted to go ahead and just kind of include it in this slide deck. And it's just a sneak peek into our 3 different schools. Of course, we have the lower school or elementary at Balboa, we have our middle school, and we have our high school. And so this year, we really wanted to focus on reimagining what teachers are teaching and learning looks like at Balboa. So our lower school will be having its own kind of identity as we go about this school year, but we decided to keep its special feature, and that is language enrichment. Each day, our students, beginning as early as kindergarten, receives 90 minutes of language instruction every day. And so that does not take away from them still learning English and doing all of their classes and their academics in the primary language, which is English, but they also have an opportunity to choose to take Spanish or Mandarin, and that it happens every day. So again, it really does speaks to this dual language program that we're fostering by literacy, enhanced awareness of linguistic and cultural diversity, and again, adding on to those high levels of academic achievement through instruction in 2 languages. Middle school, you start to see an increase, if you will, in collaborative learning, and that collaborative learning environment pretty much mirrors the collaborative learning that happens with us, the adults in the building. And so the special feature that happens in middle school is project-based learning and interdisciplinary work, and that's something that we'll really be pushing and emphasizing this year to happen, not just within classroom, but also, again, interdisciplinary, cross-connecting as well. At the middle school, our mission is rooted in a research-based understanding that diversifies, strengthens academic growth, and by exposing students to I didn't say that right at all, y'all. Let me just read what I got. At the very core of our mission is our research-based understanding that diversity strengthens academic growth by exposing students to multiple perspectives, highlighting varied approaches to problem solving, and celebrating the gifts of each individual. See, it just pays to just read what you have written, right? So, in short, what that really means is, again, you'll see diversity infused in our model. And what we're saying is we are wanting students to learn from one another. We're wanting students to begin the critical thinking process, the articulation process, being able to communicate with one another, and then exposing them to each other's schools of thought, and using that as a very authentic way of learning, an authentic way of academic growth and developing, and then also an organic way of approaching problem solving, at the same time celebrating each person's gifts, each individual student's thought patterns, the way they think, the way they see the world, and again, infusing that in a creative and innovative way of how we do teaching and learning at the middle school level via the channel of project-based learning. And don't worry, throughout the semester, we will be having workshops and seminars around PBL and just looking at demonstrations on how we can infuse project-based learning into our variety of core subject areas. High school, it goes down. Now we really narrow our teaching and learning and our guidance for our high school students in a way that really truly prepares them for life after high school. And this is where you'll see us cultivating their voice. You'll see us cultivating and developing their skills, and then also the confidence of each student. The special feature in high school is a remix of what we probably remember as CTE, Career and Technical Education, that we've named it at Balboa is CEE, Career Experience and Exposure. And that will be a huge part of our high school model going into the 2023 school year, where you'll see career-related and academic coursework coupled with work experience that will happen through partnerships with local employers. So for all of my high school teachers who will be teaching high school, it'll be so critical to think through. And don't worry, we're gonna rock it out together. It'll be so critical to look at how what we're teaching our students is applicable in real world, and how do you translate that into professions and career choices, into jobs, etc. And of course, we'll say more about that during the in-service. What does instructional support look like? Yes, I can remember my first few years of teaching, which were all interesting. And so I am a strong believer in providing maximum and optimal instructional support and coaching to teachers, whether you're new, whether you're a veteran, whether you're new to this particular learning environment. Instructional support, which will be a huge priority of our leadership team this year. And so here is just a snapshot of what that instructional support will look like. You'll have check-ins with me very frequently. We'll do some PLC, professional learning communities, where we'll be able to learn and collaborate together and learn from one another. There will be some observations and walkthroughs and some real-time feedback. In other words, I'll be in your classroom quite often. There will be some very standard and scheduled professional development, where we'll come together and we'll learn together, and we'll kind of swap best practices and challenge one another's thinking, and be able to again grow as a teaching faculty, or teaching community rather. And then there'll be some classroom demonstrations and teaching and learning labs, which will be able for us to see one another in real time. And we're not just looking for the academic piece and content. We're also looking for levels of engagement, right? We're looking for enthusiasm in the classroom. We're looking at ways that you're pulling the student in, ways that you are tying in academic subject matter to real world application, right? We're looking at projects that you're doing. We're looking at experiments that may be happening in your class. So it's not just so much about how well you're teaching on a subject matter as we're looking at the other components that make up a successful learning environment as well. So again, these will all be used for us to collaborate, for us to learn from one another, and for us to grow and develop as practitioners. And then of course, more formally, there will be semester evaluations that I'll talk about right now. That'll happen twice a year, so one in the fall and then one in the spring semester. And the tools that will be used will be the Elliott 2.0, which is a resource provided by Cosmia, and then the 5D Plus, which is a rubric provided by the Center for Educational Leadership. You will have access to both of these documents at the beginning of the school year. I also believe in giving people kind of like what's going to be this checklist, what is it that we're going to be looking for, what is that you'll be able to just kind of also assess your cell phone, so you'll know, and you'll get those documents as well before the beginning of the school year. And a more formal description of semester evaluations, they're just performance reviews, and they're meant to be unique and tailored for each individual. It's an opportunity to promote communication and provide useful feedback about job performance, to facilitate better working relationships, to provide a historical record of performance, and to contribute to professional development and career growth. Lastly, in these last few moments that we're going to share, I want to just kind of highlight what the culture and climate of Balboa School will look like for this school year. And we really got just two simple slides, but want to be able to just give you what our guidelines for excellence looks like here at Balboa School as it relates to meetings, right? We believe in respecting one another's times, and so that's something that's again embedded in the culture and climate at Balboa School. We started in meetings on time. We focus on positive outcomes for students. We're productive, and we focus on solutions for our stakeholders. We have clear objectives and outcomes that are purposeful. We collaborate honestly and in a way that encourages and engages each person to share his or her knowledge. We value and respect the knowledge of our diverse group of participants. We take ownership and responsibility for individual and group decisions. And guess what? We have fun. So these will be our guidelines as we move forward. And in other words, our norms as we move forward into this collaborative professional space for this upcoming school year. And then lastly, I wanted to just drop off kind of like this. If some of you may be familiar with this, but this is what we call the trust behaviors, and there are 13 of them. I just want to go over a few, but they're based on principles that govern trust and relationships and are based on the four cores of credibility, which is integrity, intent, capabilities, and results. Here at Balboa, we believe in a very transparent and direct environment. That's the only way that we're going to improve, to grow. We believe in challenging one another. So I want to welcome you all right from the jump, right after the gate, to be honest, to be direct, to be transparent, to be open-minded, to be clear. That is our intent. And so we want to definitely set the stage right from the beginning, in a way that encourages you, that empowers you, and also build morale amongst us right from the beginning. And so these will be, again, some of the principles that you'll see just embedded in an organic way. We'll talk about them throughout this semester. We want to make it clear that you're coming into a very open space where we welcome feedback. We welcome one another's opinions and perspectives. We need that in order for us all to learn and grow and to be challenged. And again, to be committed to the mission and the vision of Balboa School, which is to ultimately, again, provide a promising future for students. And so when we're in our meetings or when we're in our learning spaces, our learning communities, we want that space to be meaningful. We want it to be impactful. And we want it to, again, do what it needs to do, right? So I'm asking, and I'm also encouraging each of you this school year to take a moment and you can go back through all the slides, but kind of like go through each of these trust behaviors, because that is what we're going to be looking for when we go into these spaces. There's no point of having you on board if we're not going to value you and lift you and create a space for you also to not just grow and develop, but also to lead. I told the teachers at the end of last year, look, y'all gonna be leading some meetings too. You all will be leading some professional development opportunities too. Let me sit back and I want to learn as well. So we're going to learn from one another. So I wanted to make sure to include this because this is really important as we look to building and reimagining culture and climate at Balboa School. Y'all, guess what? It's under 30 minutes. That's all your girl got. Happy Monday. I did not do that at all. Happy Monday. I'm going to try to get in my flow, y'all. Happy Monday. Thank you all for taking the time to kind of just look through these slides. Again, feel free to go back. You can comb through it. I just wanted to take a moment to just drop these nuggets off to you to do an abbreviated onboarding. Of course, I look forward to meeting each and every one of you officially. I want to say Monday, August 15th is our in-service. We'll take a deeper dive into a lot of these things, but wanted to just drop this off to you. Please feel free to let me know what you think of this kind of interesting way of doing this, I guess, orientation, introduction / onboarding all in one. And again, at the bottom of each slide, I've dropped our website, I've dropped our social media handles. This is a great opportunity. So go ahead, follow all of our social media sites, check out the website. All of it will be changing in the next couple of weeks, but those are our handles. Check us out, follow us, stay connected to us, because we do use social media a lot at Balboa School. So familiarize yourself with all of our many social media handles and our way of staying connected both internally and externally. Thank you all for sharing with me under 30 minutes. It's your girl, Miss LaShondra. I'm so excited to be sharing with each of you all. We're going to have an amazing 2022-2023 school year. Again, I can't wait to formally meet each and every one of you. If I left something out, if you have a question about anything, if you have not already gotten my email, it's pretty simple. It's admin, AZMIN at balboaschool.com. Hit me up, holler at your girl. If you want to go ahead and get some preliminary work in, you one of them, let me know and we'll get started. But again, I'm excited, thrilled to have you all here. I know we can't do this work without you. It's going to be a rock star year. Thank you all again. Happy Monday. Have a great evening.